Fuji have developed some of the world's most easy-to-use automatic cameras. The first with drop-in load using Fuji or any 35mm film. Fuji drop-in load cameras are so highly developed, they help you capture true-to-life pictures, whatever the occasion, even when they're being taken by one of the world's most undeveloped photographers. The new drop-in load Fuji cameras from £29.95.
So there's an inherent flaw to this camera. It doesn't go above 400 ISO for the meter that's built in. Fortunately, Cinestill 800T handles very well at 400. It's whatever. I'm waiting for the sun to come back bright as day. And we'll see if we can nail this little sapling. So on the right side of the viewfinder, there's indicators for where your focus is going to throw, in a sense. And there's either a single person, two people standing next to each other, or there's a mountain. So I hope there's more than just 3 focal distances. Man, this tree is just like lit up. It's litty, bruh. Litty for 250. I like trees and skies. Someone's car alarm is going off, but we're gonna keep going anyways. I need to bring an ND filter for that camera, because if everything's in focus at f/22, why do I even bother? Why don't I just shoot on a phone? Anyways, this bench is pretty cool. I think I'm gonna be slightly out of frame. It's all right, you'll get to see the photo. But we'll take one of the lake real quick. See if we can get these ducks in a row. I'd say the experience of shooting with this camera has been frustratingly simple. I don't get the assurity of choosing my own settings and how I would shoot the image. Instead, I have to trust whatever multiple decade old technology is in here, trusting that it's still tuned properly and is not broken. The sounds are kind of satisfying though, other than the creaks of the creaking plastic. The viewfinder's kind of small. It's not very bright, but it gets the job done. Most of the time the frame lines are barely visible. The focus lights that I was speaking of earlier are also hardly visible. This is a noisy area. I think the most frustrating part of this automatic feature is I don't know what combination of shutter speed / aperture it's using. We're at 13 frames. I'm gonna go till 18. I think my camera might have been in the corner of that one. It's the last frame I'm going to take here. Basically, if you were considering buying this camera and you're sold on it now, consider clicking off the video at this point, because it doesn't get any better from here. So I want to talk about some of the photos that I took after visiting the super green and lush park. I guess starting with this one of the inside of a Texas Roadhouse. I had placed the Budweiser sign in the center of the frame, hoping that it would grab focus on the Budweiser sign. Instead of focusing on the Budweiser sign, it focused on Jessica Workman and Ashton Porter as the managers of this establishment. After the Texas Roadhouse incident, we were driving home and we saw a man in his probably cherished buggy, and in a freak turn of events, I would assume that it did the exact same thing. About 5 feet away is in focus, and everything after that is not in focus, no matter what aperture it was using. But this photo actually turned out pretty interesting. I kind of like it. Zooming in on this red barn, again we see that infinity focus is not so infinity as Buzz Lightyear. Picture of a Winnebago, probably too small in the scene, but still, infinity focus is a no-go. Took a picture of these trees in the shape of a V at a lake. Those are also out of focus. Are you noticing a pattern? Trees out of focus. A picture of a lovely lady in a cool car, out of focus. Picture of a road. I mean, it conveys speed and direction, but still out of focus. Picture my dog. He's about 5 feet away from the camera, so perfectly in focus. Again, he's really bright in this picture, but at least he doesn't have red eye like the last one. In focus though. Picture of me and my dog. We were about 5 feet away from the camera, so we were in focus. Perfect. Next day, decided to take a portrait. This one, again, more than 5 feet away from the camera, out of focus. So this one of my dog laying in the grass with his harness on, looking at the camera directly, no flash, is bizarre to me. He was less than 5 feet away from the camera, but yet he still is minorly out of focus. We can see some what looks to be like chromatic aberration on his ears. I don't know if this camera was dropped, what might have happened if the motors just became out of sync. Nonetheless, to me it is pretty much useless if it can't focus. The second issue is that even though it's a fixed lens camera, it still has some pretty harsh vignetting. I want to be able to add vignetting when I want. I don't want it to be a byproduct of using a particular piece of equipment. Another issue I had with this unit is that there were light leaks all over the photos. While we're on the topic of things I don't like about the camera, the shutter sounds like clunky plastic slapping together like 50 years of bad luck, and the motor sounds like it's crying out for the sweet release of death. Not a sound that I'd want to hear. If you want to get a point and shoot that excels in every category that this camera does not, I cannot recommend more the Olympus Infinity series. The Infinity 200, that one's amazing. I have one. The battery doors do fall off, but that is the biggest flaw of that camera. It's incredibly sharp. It focuses almost every time as long as you point it in the right direction. It has so many more features. The motor isn't quite as annoying, and what can I say? It's just a better camera. I think I'll be returning this camera. Actually, I don't think I can return it. I think I'll be selling this to whoever wants it as memorabilia, or maybe I will just keep it as decoration. At least I got a sweet Fujifilm bag out of it. That's a plus, right? Even though I don't have a camera that'll fit inside of it. I just picked up a huge load of expired film, and as far as I know, they were stored very well, and I think we'll get some good results out of them. They're all discontinued stocks. One of them is a fun saver. What that means, I do not know, but we will find out. There's also some Walmart Polaroid film, negative film in there that we will be shooting as well. So stay tuned for those videos, and we'll see you next time. Bye.